What up, people? It's your boy Chig from Goon and Eagle Eye, coming to you again for a brand new video. It is Eagle Eye, the Transfer Rumour Show, where I talk to you about rumours and news surrounding the Arsenal. Oh, I'm not used to this constant hot weather, man. Another 34-degree heat, 34 degree day, which for you Americans, I think that is 98 Fahrenheit. So yeah, I'm not used to them. We're used to our 23s and our 24s out here. It's probably more like 70 degrees over in America. So this is a big difference for us. Hence why I'm drinking this. And I don't drink I don't really drink on a weekday, but it's the only thing cold in my fridge. I've literally just put about 15 bottles in my freezer of water. So I didn't realize I had no bottle of water in my fridge. So I'm vexed. But anyway, I digress. I'm moaning like an old man. Please do slap a like on the video. Hit the subscribe button. You guys have been amazing with the likes recently. And it helps. It helps the show get noticed. It helps the algorithm. And you guys have been really great with that recently. I mean, even our member stream yesterday for the very first time crossed 1,000 views, which was fantastic. Considering I only had one person on, that really was good. So thank you so much for that. For anyone wondering why my chopping block hasn't dropped, I had to re-record the whole thing today due to the fact that it was corrupted, the file. I released it and I had one person say that nothing was playing. So I'm freaking annoyed by that. But it will drop at 9 o'clock today. 9 o'clock. Exactly, it's been scheduled, it's been re-recorded. It will drop at 9 o'clock today, so make sure you look at that. Gold members and then subscribers, it will drop at 9 o'clock tomorrow. So gold members, it will drop at, members generally, it will drop at 9 o'clock today. And then subscribers, it will drop at 9 o'clock tomorrow. So keep an eye out on that. Basically had to move everything I was going to do backwards 24 hours. But hopefully you guys will still see that. All right, without further ado, I suppose let's get into these stories. So I've seen a couple of you made little comments like, "Ooh, who's there? I have to Google them." So this is what I'm here for, so I'll talk you through it. All right, then, let's talk about my man, Willian. Willian is looking... Oh, I don't have a picture of him. Oh, that's weird. So yeah, my man Willian is scheduled or has supposedly undergone a medical at London Colney today. Obviously, we saw that he did his goodbye speech yesterday for Chelsea. It was quite a nice speech. It was just basically kind of appreciating them, thanking them for everything that he's learned and developed. Obviously, he moved from Shakhtar, I think, when he was 25. And he's obviously spent the last 7 years there. Obviously now as a 32-year-old, he's obviously ready to move on to Arsenal because we're the only monks that were prepared to give him a 3-year contract. But I digress. No, seriously, listen, I have heard a lot of people, not criticize, but kind of said to me, "Chick, come on, cut Willian a break. He's going to be one of our players." I have nothing against this Willian guy. I've made it clear on many, many occasions. I think he's a good player. But I also think that there are certain players that I think are good. I'll tell you what, Antonio is a very good example. I really like Antonio as a player. The West Ham forward. Really like him as a player. Wouldn't sign him for Arsenal. There are certain players that you can just admire from afar and think they're good. You wouldn't sign them for Arsenal, though. And Willian has just been that guy. He's 32 years old, bro. And actually, for me, it's the message that it sends. This Kia FC stuff. I'm gonna talk more about that because we're being linked with another one of his clients, a brand new one. This Kia FC stuff is really worrying me. It's really got me uneasy. I don't like it. I don't like it. And of course, now we're kind of committed to it. We're kind of all in on it because we've basically fired all of our scouts, our reputable scouts. So we're kind of all in on this situation, which I don't like it. Again, I don't feel comfortable with it. It stinks of corruption, or it stinks of something uneasy happening. But it is what it is. I've heard lots of pundits talk about the fact that Chelsea have made this mistake, that mistake. I want to say this now. I don't want to really shit on all of this, but they were saying the same bars when Czech joined Arsenal. I remember seeing all these stories from pundits talking about how Czech is going to save us 15 points and all this nonsense. It's like, all right, I'll believe it when I see it. That's kind of my attitude. But it is what it is. Willian, it looks like he is on his way. Obviously, he's left Chelsea now. He's had that. He's had the medical. So let's see what we go. Supposedly, he's got a brand new role at Arsenal. Doesn't look like he's going to be playing on the wings. Actually, it looks like he's going to be playing as a central midfielder or a number 10 role. So that's interesting in itself. What do you guys think about that? Willian as a number 10 or having some kind of central role. I do think that's interesting. I do think that, Willian is a decent passer of the ball when he wants to be, when he's fully concentrated. A lot of Chelsea fans have said to me in the past that, Willian is one of them purple patch players that when things are clicking, they're clicking well. And then when things aren't, you just wonder what the hell is going on with him. And I do sense that with Willian, I must admit. We've got enough of them purple patch players as it is. So I'm a little concerned by all of this, but hey-ho, what do you guys think? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. So shall I talk about this guy's name? Shall I talk about him? Because I know you guys wanted to know who he is. Does anyone in the chat room know who this young man is? I will let you know. His name is Eberechi Eze. He is the 22-year-old QPR central midfielder. There are 3 players, I think, in the championship at the moment that people are super high on. One is that Brennan Rama guy, who I see now as being linked with Monaco. Like loads of teams are now after him, so I don't imagine he's going to stay at Brentford for very long. There's another one, I can't remember who that other one is, and it's escaped my mind now. And I had it right before starting the show, and it's escaped my mind. The other person is this man. He's British Nigerian, as you can tell, with a name like Eze. And you know me, I put an accent on that. So he's a British Nigerian guy. 22 years old, showing a lot of decent talent. I'm going to address Yusef's comment in a minute because I find this comment quite interesting. I'm going to come back to it. You're a Nigerian and you still butcher the name. I'm also a British Nigerian too, man. Mr. Eze plays for QPR. He's 22 years old. He has supported Arsenal all his life. Actually, still looks out for their results, funnily enough. So he's someone that really likes Arsenal. I told you guys this a long time ago, right? Especially when we were first linked with Thomas Partey. Forget your Man Cities and teams like that. Arsenal are one of the biggest supported teams in Africa. Full stop. It's United. It's probably then us, to be honest. Then it's Liverpool. Then it's Chelsea. We are a massive supported team in Africa. Now, maybe a lot of what I said is irrelevant because he is British. So he was born here. I think he was born specifically in northwest London. Was drawn to Arsenal. Apparently, half of his team, half of his family, support Arsenal. But he's a good player. He scored 14 goals this season from central midfield, 8 assists. You can always see him when he's on the pitch. He's a big presence. He's definitely got a lot of presence, a lot of swag to him. Plays in the number 10. Has played out left previously. Has played centrally. Now, I must admit, I have said this sentence before, so this will immediately put you off him. Generally, I have said when you can always tell the caliber of player someone is by the teams that are being linked with them. Now, I must be honest and say that this player has been linked with Palace and West Ham. But there's a belief that his level is above that. And there's a belief that should he move to one of those teams, in 2 to 3 years' time, he'll move again. Now, obviously, he supported Arsenal and still supports Arsenal at the moment. And there's a belief that this kid will come into his own in the next 3 to 4 years' time and really become something. I wonder if he might be worth a gamble. Now, I'm going to go back to Youssef's comment, when he said, you guys have really fallen away, man. The reality is, we are struggling to buy players and bring them over the line. And I have always said to myself, what is the problem actually looking around the Championship, looking around the Premiership and picking up young talent? We're about to lose a 22-year-old that most of us think is quite decent. Would it be that much of a disaster in looking at this kid closely and seeing if he might be worth a punt? I think sometimes you can pick up a bargain here and there in the Championship, and maybe this kid could be it. For me, I like the way he operates. I like his swagger. I like his presence. So we'll see. Lebega, not done yet, but the medical's been done. Chig, is he a top 4 player? I would suggest no, Jeremiah. But then I would suggest that none of our players are at the moment either. It's about your journey of trying to get there. It's about trying to build something. I think all of us accept we need a central midfielder, and a central midfielder with a little bit of pace and presence. Now, don't get me twisted, people. This is not my Thomas Partey replacement. And it ain't that nice and clear. But actually, what I see a lot of people talking about, they would love Wilfried Zaha. Why? Well, it gives you pace and power. What about this kid? And lo and behold, it's in a position that we actually need. Keep in mind, people, as things stand, we are about to lose Torreira, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and Guendouzi. Mind you, we needed a central midfielder before that. So I don't think this is a particularly outlandish idea. But what do you guys think? I can already see someone like Lee Gunner looking at this thinking, you must be joking. Because I know my man is a tried and tested to the truth. But to me, this is the complete antithesis. This is the absolute opposite of the Willian deal. Willian is so tried and tested that he's past it. But this kid might just have something in a position that we needed and give us something that none of us actually thought he was capable of. And he has at least form. At least he can come into the country and have something to prove. And I know people rubbish this little element all the time. At least he cares about the club. I think that's always for me. That's always a little bit. That was the only thing that made me kind of tempted with the Zaha deal. At least he'll come here and work hard because he gives a damn. I just want a player that gives a damn. So it is what it is. Like I say, we're gonna have a bet right now. Someone bring this guy's name up to Lee. It'll be like either I've never heard of him, or no thanks, or I know what he's like. He's my boy. I know what he's like. Mr. Tried and Tested. But I also guarantee that even if he doesn't move to Arsenal, we can also make another bet. I bet the team he does move to, he makes a fantastic impact in. Know to yourself I said this. So let's see what happens. But you guys let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. I think for 15 million, I think that's a decent punt. 15 million he'd be worth it to me. But then what do you guys think? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. And look at Archie. Juiced up a word. Archie, I proved you wrong before. This is another guy that will prove you wrong again. All right. Let's talk about Mr. Zach Medley. This is a guy that apparently all you guys rate. Bullshit. You rate the fact that he's 6'5". The amount of people that ask me all the time, Chick, who do you think you're rating in the under 23s, right? Right? I don't hear anybody talking about the fact that they've seen Zach Medley play and he was amazing. But then as soon as you mention his name, but Chick, you don't rate Zach Medley? No, because I've actually watched him. There's nothing about him to me that I think is fantastic. Nothing about it. He's 6'5", cool. What else? There's nothing about him. I'm sorry. I rate Ben Sharif more than I do this guy. And Ben Sharif is bounced. I'm just not. I'm not a fan. I get what people like about him. He's a presence on the football field, and there's this hope that because he's a presence on the football field, he'll become better. And maybe I should calm down. He's 20 years old. Maybe in the next 18 months, I would suggest the next 18 months are crucial to whether he'll become a good footballer or not. Having watched him, and I do watch the under 23s on quite a few occasions actually. I do watch him. I've not seen anything about this kid that makes you think, "Whoa!" Nothing. He's a presence on the field. That's it. Could absolutely see why he was loaned, and I would say people that doubt that. Let me ask you something. Why is it that through all of our defensive mess, we have never seen this guy play a game? Through all our defensive problems, we've not seen this guy for the last 2 to 3 years, I would suggest. We've never seen this guy once. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we did have that one EFL Cup brief appearance. Other than that, we ain't seen nothing from him. But I see so many people hired him. But then you want to rubbish that Eze kid who's actually produced goals, who's produced assists. Anyway, in this particular instance, Zach Medley has moved to Gillingham today on loan. So he's going to be on loan for the entire season. So I guess if you are into, what is it, Division, is it League 2? That Gillingham man, League 1, League 2? So if you're into that level of football, go and watch Zach Medley and prove me wrong. Because I ain't seen anything special about the kid. Maybe you guys do. But let me know. Again, leave the comments below. What else? Should we talk about Wilfried Zaha? Let's talk about Big Wilf. So, Wilfried Zaha, let me take myself Hello, can you hear me now? Did I mute myself? Idiot. Anyway, sorry about that. But yeah, I was saying. Oh, all right, whatever. It's 2 minutes. No, I'm talking about it. Anyway, my whole point is that for me, just talking about the Wilfried Zaha thing, it is what it is. His boys set him up. I still don't necessarily think that. I don't necessarily think that he's good enough to be an Arsenal player. But at the same time, it is what it is. His boys set him up. There's not much you can do about that. Completely understand why the Palace fans would lose their shit. I ain't gonna lie, if that happened to a Aubameyang, I would be screaming blue murder as well. But like, I'll get rid of this fool, man. He's taking the piss. We need him to have a great season last season. So I can completely understand. But from my perspective, totally understand boys setting him up. I don't think it was necessarily the greatest of responses he gave. It wasn't exactly an apology or anything, but it was what it was. What do you guys think? I still don't think that he's better than Pepe. I think people that say that are just fucking idiots. Especially when Pepe's put up better numbers in his first year than Wilfried Zaha. But what do you guys think? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. I still don't think we need a winger anyway. We need concentration on those defenders. Speaking of defenders, I don't have a picture of him anymore. Let's talk about Gabriel. So Gabriel from Lille, the 22-year-old Brazilian centre-back, which I think most people like and rate. Supposedly the belief is that he still wants to join Arsenal. He's told a lot of his closest friends that he wants to move to Arsenal, so he's ready to come. The only thing holding things up now is Lille need to find a replacement. Supposedly they have. They've located that replacement now, so the belief is that we should start to see something happen a little bit more in that direction for Lille. So what do you guys think? For me, I'm at the point now where I'm just like, let's just see what happens. I like Gabriel. I've said it from the get-go that I think he's the best option that we have out there. Defender-wise, we should leave this Upamecano nonsense and go for Gabriel. But at the end of the day, we can only do what we can do. So let's see what happens. I would like Arsenal to have some sort of fallback, because I think we've seen it to United today. United fans were gassed when they thought they were getting Jordan Sancho. They were gassed. And in my mind, if you notice, I never said nothing. Because I just had a feeling. In my mind, I'm like, is he really going to United for 100 mil? And sure, that deal could still potentially happen. But according to Dortmund's sporting director today, they're like, yeah, that's not going to happen. And that's straight up, because Ed Woodward's an idiot. Basically, they've said to him from morning it's 100 million. My man's coming there with 82. It's like he's been taking negotiation lessons from Arsenal. So obviously, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I think from Arsenal's perspective, we just don't want to count our chickens before they hatch. Supposedly, the Gabriel deal will be 18 million plus a further 10 million or 9 million in installments. So let's just see. Let's just hopefully sneak that deal over the line. Because for me, that is a crucial signing, not Willian. And lo and behold, he's actually a signing that has nothing to do with Kia Koujachian or whatever his name is. But again, what do you guys think? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. I'll try not to mute myself again like an idiot. Let me get this picture of this geezer up. And I promise I'll do it this time without muting myself. So I told you guys earlier that we've been linked with a new Kia signing or a new Kia target. And that is Hold on. Let me see if I can get his name up. Here we go. Here we go. I got him up. 1 second. Just loading. Professional over here. Professional over here. Here we go. Now his name is Sergio Regulian. Now, if that name kind of sounds familiar, minus my butchery, that it should be, because around about this time last year, we were linked with him. We were linked with him as a Kieran Tierney alternative. When Arsenal were playing games and they didn't want to stump up the full 25 million for Kieran Tierney, we were linked with this man. Well, interestingly enough, he's been in advanced negotiations with Chelsea over a season-long loan. I think the last time I saw him valued, he was valued at £20 million. It's not a crazy amount of money. I think he's 24 years old now. Decent, he's decent, you know. I've seen him play a couple of times, especially since we were linked with him. I've seen him play a couple of times. He's all right. He's all right. He's not bad. He's nippy. He's decent. And now, obviously, he's a Kia client. So Kia basically said, hold up. Do you need a left back? Because I've got a left back. And although it's definitely not a priority signing, actually, maybe it is. Because if you get rid of Kolasinac, and I would like to think that every Arsenal fan in this chat room would get rid of Kolasinac, you kind of need a left back. I think Tierney's done amazingly well, but if we revert to a 3, then you would like Tierney as that third centre back and maybe playing a left wing back. This guy could do that. He could be a good backup to Kieran Tierney. I like the idea of someone keeping Kieran Tierney on their toes. And quite frankly, I like someone who is better than Kolasinac in that position. I do think it's interesting because Chelsea have decided to go down this route rather than pick up, say, a Tagliafico from Ajax, who is still available, in spite of the fact that he told everybody, he declared that he was going to leave to Ajax and is going to go on to this massive club and this, that, and the other. But still, no one's picked him up, interestingly. Obviously, Chelsea have basically said to Leicester, 80 million for Chilwell. Yeah, cool. That ain't happening. So it seems like nothing's going to happen in that regard. Can we steal a transfer target from Chelsea? Is there anyone that knows about this kid that can tell me more about it and see if he's worth it? From the couple of times I've seen him play, and it's only a couple of times I've seen him play, he looks decent. I will say that. But I would say, for me, why not strengthen that position if you're getting rid of Kolasinac? I think Kolasinac can bring us in 10 million comfortably. I think some one of these Russian teams would easily buy him for 10 million. And then use some of that to contribute to this. But again, what do you guys think? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. I've seen people, funny enough, talk about Jamal. Is it Jamal Lewis, who's the Norwich left back? I think that's also an option. I don't think it's a priority. I think if we have money, we need to spend it elsewhere. But I do think it's maybe an option we need to look into. Because I'm hearing all these people talking about get rid of Kolasinac. Completely agree. But you still need to then replace Kolasinac. Maybe this kid could be it. What do you guys think? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. I mean, Youssef is just on a big wind-up at the moment. It'll remind me of Andre Santos. All right, kid. All right. 200 people watching. Please do slap a like on the video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're gonna just go into the chat room and talk about a few more stories for 5 minutes or so. And then I think Lee is going live. I think he's doing a watch along of the Europa League. So make sure you go and bombard his chat room and tell him that Chig sent him. Chig sent you. It's the Chig takeover. You just come in and say it's the Chig Star takeover. Kolasinac is our worst player by far. That I agree with. I'm happy. Oh, it's between him and Bellerin anyway. Anything else I missed? I'm about to double check that now. One sec. Any other stories I missed? Let me just check. So Arsenal have placed a price tag on Matteo Guendouzi. And that is a story that came out today. So I might as well. Can I find a picture of Matteo Guendouzi? Oh, I can. Look at that. Look at that. So Matteo Guendouzi obviously is at the subject of a lot of bids at the moment. A lot of interest at the moment. Well, it seems as though it looks like he's on his way out of the club. Arsenal have placed a £14 million fee on Matteo Guendouzi. And for me, I love that. If we can get 40 million for Matteo Guendouzi, that's a long way to that Thomas Partey asking fee. So PSG are the latest club involved. Apparently, we've already received a bid from Villarreal, which is a loan and an obligation to buy. So at the very least, we can get a loan fee for him and then get maybe 30 million for him next year when he has a year left on his deal. But yeah, I like the fact that I said this yesterday. I like the fact that so many clubs are interested in him. It means that we can just drive up that price. So let's see what happens. Any other stories that I can react to? I'm going to my go-to place. Apparently, Willian has passed his medical. I'm going to change my title then. Willian has passed his medical. Passed it. Good. Okay, that'll be my last story. So Willian has passed his medical to become an Arsenal player. So I obviously said he took it earlier. He's now passed it. So I'm expecting this story to be leaked tomorrow, Wednesday, and the latest to be able to say that Willian is officially an Arsenal player. Let's see how we go, people. Let's see how we go. And then the last story, which I got really happy about, which I've seen, and I'm going to tell you who's reporting it. Obviously, I told you that Atletico Madrid are very, very interested in signing Lucas Torreira. I mentioned this story yesterday. Well, they've changed. It looks like they may have done a slight U-turn because Football London are reporting that actually Atletico Madrid would be pretty interested in a deal that involves Lucas Torreira for Thomas Partey. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, that is something that, and I could see why they'd be interested. I think he'd be perfect, absolutely perfect for Atletico Madrid, for their coach. I think he'd love it. I think his girlfriend would love the hot weather because we were told that was the reason that he was unsettled in the first place. I say his girlfriend, his wife. Was that his wife was unsettled with the weather and the food and stuff. Go to Spain, my bro. So I'm hoping that might persuade him to go, and then we can get Partey in return. Oh, we need Partey so badly. Just imagine, for years we've been told, improve our spine. Imagine we sign on our captain, we bring on Thomas Partey, and then we get a central defender like Gabriel with the potential of William Saliba next to him. And oh yeah, we finally have two goalkeepers that are good and scrapping for that number one spot. Suddenly, our spine looks pretty solid. Just building around that shit now. But anyway, what do you guys think about that latest news? Let me know. Leave it in the comments below. All right, I'm going to head up out of here, guys. I was hoping I'd have more time, but I know the matches are going to start. So do me a favor. Go to Lee's chat room. Bombard his chat. Go and check him out and go and check out his watch along. Tell him it's the Chig Takeover. Just go and take over his chat room. Tell him Chig sent you. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Feel free to join the membership if you haven't already. You guys are about to get some nuggets now in the membership section. All of a sudden, I got hay fever. My nose is all fucked. Anyway, I'm going to finish off this cold beer, or not so cold beer anymore. And I'm out of it, guys. Take care. Enjoy your night. I'll be back again tomorrow. Adios. Peace. No, let's try that again. Peace.